Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible Teaching Snippet of the day. Today, I'm not really going to do a lot of teaching. I'm going to give you a testimony of something that happened, and I want to give you scripture first. I always like to tie this into the Bible. I'm in Philippians chapter 4, verse 7, and it says, "And God's peace, which is so great we cannot understand it, it transcends and surpasses all comprehension. And it will keep and guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus." So we have a peace when we're believers, when we're born again. There's a peace that is in us that other people do not have. I'm going to give you one more scripture real quick because this is one of my favorites. This is in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27. It's in red, so Jesus said this, and you know I love to talk about what Jesus says. He says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you, but my peace. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." I want to tell you a story about me going to a hospital. I was called by a friend of a friend, okay, and she asked me to go up to the hospital and comfort a really good friend of hers whose mother was in hospice and was at the end of her road with the C word. They were not wanting healing. The lady was very elderly, and the woman was ready to pass on and go to heaven. She was a believer. And the daughter that I was told to go and pray with to comfort her, just to comfort the daughter of the lady who was passing away. So I went to the hospital to pray with and just be with this young lady that was losing her mom. It's amazing to me. I think about this scripture, "My peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." Did you know, as a believer, a born-again son of God, I have a peace in me and about me everywhere that I go that other people don't have. And that's one thing that I can tell if a person is actually really born again, if they're really saved or not. I'm not trying to get off on a teaching here, but if you're not living in peace, that should be a warning signal to you that something's wrong in your relationship with God, and you need to go to Him and talk to Him and get that resolved. Because I am in perfect peace 90% of the time, or better than that. So let's get into the story. I get to the hospital. Now, it's obvious this one woman is the only believer in her family. There's 7 or 8 other family members out in the hallway. I go into the room, and there's 4 people in there who are not Christians. The one believer goes into the room with me. She went in before me and said, "I have a friend here. I don't really know her, but she was sent here, and if it'd be okay, I want her to come into the room." So the 4 unbeliever families, and you can tell they were not believers, okay, because they did a lot of cussing up there. That's okay, though. I just know that they weren't, living for Christ. So I got these 4 family members, and now I got the 5th one, the daughter, who is a believer. And and there's also the moment that she and I walk in the room together, a nurse and a nurse technician come in to do some vital signs and check on the lady. This little lady is laying in bed in writhing pain. They cannot give her enough morphine or anything to get her settled in and peaceful, okay? The minute that I walk into the room, I'm 3 feet into the room, right? And all of a sudden, everything in that room just all but goes to a complete stop. The family quits talking and quits cussing. The nurse and the technician, they quit talking. And the lady laying in the bed, who was literally screaming in pain, not loud because she was weak, but she was really in a lot of suffering, she stopped and her eyes locked on me. And I haven't said a word. I just walked into the room, guys. I walk in, her eyes lock with mine, and my eyes lock with hers, and I just make a beeline, and I don't run toward her. I just walk just straight toward this lady laying in the bed. When I got about 2 feet away from her, the nurse isn't even looking at me. She steps 3 feet out of the way and don't even know that I'm there because she's looking at the people across the room. I hope I'm being clear here. It's hard to tell the story and make sure you're understanding. So I walk up to the bed where the lady is laying, and she's not in pain anymore. I walked up to her and slid my hand under her neck and started praying for her. And I said, "Body, be at peace. No more pain. Let her rest." Did you know, everybody in that room, the woman literally stopped having pain even before I touched her. The unbelievers were in shock. The little technician that does the blood pressure and all looks at me and she says, "Are you a nurse? You sure are good with patients." And I said, "No, baby, I'm not in the medical field. I'm just here to pray for the family." Guys, let me tell you, I wanted to just tell you that, sometimes I don't go to heal people. Sometimes I go to give them peace. That same peace right here in John 14:27, where Jesus says, "Peace I leave you, my peace I give to you." That's what I did that night. I gave her the peace of Jesus, the peace that he gave me, I gave to her. This beautiful little lady passed away just a day or so later. It was less than 24 hours later, the next afternoon, I believe. But did you know she was not in writhing pain and screaming and begging? She slept and went home to be with Christ peacefully because his peace I gave to her. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on Facebook. Bye-bye.